sky. No one and no alibi. Life burning hotter than the sun. Fake prophets cashing in the dream, selling hope through a broken beam. What's the truth? Where's it gone? Through the dark, echoes of a question mark. Why'd they lie? Why'd they run? Signals lost in static screams, shattered glass and shattered dreams. Who's to blame? Who's the one?
Guy Fun? Did I just hear that wrong? Welcome to Guy Fun, everybody. I'm your host, Rishi Juju. It is Wednesday, September 3rd, 2025, right? Yeah. Hey, it's great to be alive. Yo, that was exciting. I don't know where that came from. Hey, but anyway, you're here. Were we here last night? Were we here last night? Did we do a show? I don't think I did. Yeah, it wasn't a good day. I don't know. I'm sorry. If I didn't, I don't remember. I don't remember. My memory's going out the door. I do. I think something's going on. I think I have old timers. Anyway, it's not about me. It's about getting ufology back in order. What do we call that here? Truthology for ufology, my peeps. We do. Oh, it's Truthology for ufology. We're doing it right now. Good to know. Good to know. And so tonight I want to welcome you all here. I was thinking about this. What would happen if when that 3-Eye Atlas comes here and it is an alien spaceship, mothership, and Avi Loeb is right, and then what would the next 200 years look like? Yeah, it'd be weird. That's why I made the thumbnail, because there's a video I saw where people used the AI and changed humans into aliens, and it's really cool how they did it. I don't know. I love that. Like, you remember when Bigfoot came out? Sasquatch is talking. That's so cool, and he sounds just like me. Yeah, that was kind of fun. Yeah, all those AI things. I like those. They're enjoy. I mean, there's only so much they could do, and then like Bigfoot, I'm already burnt out. I haven't watched that one. I mean, how often can I hear the same things over and over? I'm blitzed, man. And I'm sitting on my shirt, I think. Okay, there we go. It's a little bright. Yeah, it's this one again. Yeah, I haven't worn it in a while. It's the China Mario. Oh, Mario. Is that wrong? Did I say it wrong? Mario? Oi! Oi! Ow. Right there, I almost pooped. So tonight I want to talk about the next couple hundred years. Hey, look, Chicken Coop, Triple C is here. What's up? So in 22, 25, we're gonna be splitting rent, and hope they pay more than just moon rocks. That's actually funny. We're gonna go backwards to a barter system. Yeah, a barter. What did I say? Barter. Welcome to the show. Actually, I'll play the video to show you here once we get the show going. But there are implications. If that 3-1 Atlas is a legitimate UFO, where are they going to go? It's going to be like that movie. What was that? Where they stayed over Africa, South Africa? Started with a D. Disclosure? No. But yeah, that I was hoping there'd be a part 2 where the aliens came back and made him human again. Because he had turned into an alien. I don't know, man. It's a weird, wacky world we live in. I mean, we say that all the time. And that's what bothers me about people who lie and make up things, because you don't need to. If you had a story, for instance, Christopher Bledsoe had the original incident years ago, and now he's been trying to, capture that same essence from when we first heard about him and his experience, and he just can't. He's like a heroin addict. Got to chase that. What is it? What are they chasing? Dragons? What do they chase, heroin guys? I don't know. Chasing the Chiba? What are they chasing? The dragon? Dragon, right? I don't know. But if it is going to be an alien invasion, just like, see, because don't you feel like we were just tested when they opened up the borders and said, come on in, we got aliens coming in a few years. We're going to test it out. Come on. Do you think that maybe it was a test to see how far we can stretch our resources for 20 million aliens that are... What if it is going to be 20 million aliens? God almighty. Pretty weird stuff. The names have been released for the hearing, the UFO hearing, the whistleblower. Guess who's going to be... I just found out. I mean, everybody will, but George Knapp. George Knapp. So my question to everybody would be this. Why isn't Danny Sheehan testifying? Danny Sheehan heard and maybe seen, I think he has, the most incredible stories of UFOs and aliens that we'll ever know. Danny Sheehan should be up there. The lawyer who represents whistleblowers who don't want to die. He gives them advice on what to say and what not to say, which means he's heard the stories. He may even seen some evidence. We're not so sure. I think he has. He can deny it. I think Sheehan should be on the list, and he's not. That makes me sad. George Knapp? We'll figure that out. Well, Vetted brought it up, I guess. I saw it on Vetted, so we'll have to watch that in a little bit. Friggin' guys, I'm sleeping, they're working. I got to switch my sleep around. That's what happens when, can't sleep during the day. But anyway, we got the news. We've got PM McCorrick gifted a membership. Oh, yeah, we're giving memberships out. Did we do that already on here? Oh, we have to do it on Rich Saves America tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow afternoon, Rich Saves America will be going live at 2 in the afternoon. Let me see if I still have. Yeah. So we've got 10 to give away over there. I think I've already given them out over here. Pretty sure I did. Let's see, just to make sure. Yep, I don't have any more to give away, but we just saw one get given. PM McClure gifted a membership. Who got it? Who got it? Who got it? Papa Studs got it. Well, ain't that cool? Hey, it's 7-Eleven. Do you know where your children are? Let's do a little roll call. Thank you for that gifted membership. Enjoy. Yeah, you're going to like it. MJ, Metalhead, what do you say? Danny is on acid. Darling, come here. You know, acid. Glenn Collins, how do you say, what do you be? Welcome to the show. Brian Yates, welcome to the show. 3 C's are better than 2. Chicken Coop Confidential, how are you? Up, up and away, the ziggurat lickety split. Welcome to the show. Samo, Goofonian Rockstar, what do you say? Tacey Hale, oh Tacey Hale, her allergies are gonna jail. I couldn't think of anything. No, 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 I disagree. Bob Lazar. That is interesting. Should Bob Lazar be whistleblowing? Huh. Well, then why don't we just get Travis Walton? And then why don't we just get, we get everybody up there, why don't we? They don't want Bobby. Bobby's old news. Nobody believes Bobby, but I would like to see Bobby testify in front of Congress. That's faux show. There ya is. What do you say? Welcome to the show. Sky Allen. Welcome to the show, Skybird. Scorber. We do not have a super sec. I don't know what that means. Team to handle and protect this process. I know. We don't have a super SEC team to handle and protect this. Why? It's treason. You shouldn't be whistleblowing. Keep your mouth shut. Do what you're told. Your government paid you well to keep your mouth shut. You're also, when you retire, going to get about $100,000 pension and the best health insurance you think money can buy. So I don't have any sympathy. You want to be a whistleblower? Go right ahead. You're treason, and I don't like it. Look, there are other ways to get the evidence. That's right. We still don't have any evidence. We've got now, what is this going to be? The third official one? Third whistleblower? Ridiculous. Hey, what's up, Derek Kennedy? How you doing, man? David Wilcox, not Wilcox. Welcome to the room. Brian Yates, did I already say it? If not, I'll say it again anyway. What do you say? Welcome to the room. UFO 91. Welcome. Hey, McGurk. How do you do? What do you say? There's the angel of Goofon. How do you do? Welcome to the show. All right, if I didn't say your name, it doesn't mean I don't love you. It means we got a lot of show to do. Brooke is, huh? There you is. All right, everybody. Now, I know you're probably tired of hearing it, but what are we going to do? No, really. What are we going to do when the 31, whatever the hell, 3i Atlas comes here and it's not a spaceship? See, that's a really big matzo ball that Avi Loeb threw out there. I know he's not guaranteeing it's a UFO or a spaceship, but it's really weird. to even suggest it before you could even have, a clear visual on it. I don't know. I think the whole thing's brazier, and I don't like it. Huh? Bizarre. Yeah. I have a few clips here that I haven't played, and I thought they were interesting. They're about 5 days old. Some are 3 days. These are things that I decided not to play during the show for some reason or another. I ran out of time, forgot. Well, Jesse Michaels, this is interesting, about Robert Monroe's Monroe Institute, CIA's Project Stargate, psionic abilities and religious aspects of the phenomena. Jesse Michaels, CIA, spy program, and angels and demons. This is never going to go away. This is exciting. This is what I really believe is the nuts and bolts, if you want to say it. If you can say it, I think it is the nuts and bolts of the UFO mystery. This angel, demon, spiritualistic type of consciousness, what everybody's talking about, kind of way, we're going to figure it all out. I don't know. It's really easy to say when the evidence is really not. See, to me, I don't see it pointing in this direction. I find this narrative very suspect. Not the angel and demon part, the consciousness part. Because I spent the last 21 years talking about how psychics suck. They do. And not one psychic can guess the essence of my day, of who I am, what I thrive and think about. None of them got it right. And I'll tell you, when you're doing the psychic routine, you're basically profiling. Because that's how you have to do it. You have no other way than to look at the person's clothes, look at their nails, look at their hair, look at their skin, teeth, the way they breathe. Are they wheezing? Do they limp when they walk? Are they moving around when they're sitting? All these things come into play. Do they have splotches on their hands? Do they have any cuts? Are they, overweight? Are they really good shape? Or all those things come into effect as a psychic. Well, pretend psychic. I'm sorry. A lot of you are going to be mad at that. Hey, I think I'm psychic, but I'm not. I don't know. Maybe I am, but I'm really good at looking at what's in front of me and saying, "Oh yeah. Yeah, you're going to have a lot of health issues in the future." I mean, come on. The lady's already on a breathing machine, you know? All right, let's listen to this. Angels and Demons and CIA, oh my, secret sauce from Truth Poll on X. I don't have, and I didn't forget it, Mr. Wilcox. For the appropriate videos, I will have the captions on. So
there's a guy named Robert Monroe, and he has this Monroe Institute in Virginia, and he studied consciousness, and he studied consciousness actually on behalf of the CIA for a very long time. He had this thing called the Monroe Institute, and they were doing this thing called hemisync, which was the sort of synchronization of both hemispheres of the brain, so you could astral project and astral travel. They would do remote viewing and all sorts of things. The government has looked into this stuff extensively. For 23 years, we had a psychic spy program out of the CIA. People should be aware of this. It's really kind of crazy. Monroe had this worldview where bad entities would mine people for what he called loosh. And so this was like, if you're in like a bad vibe state, and this is, by the way, why it's probably a false dichotomy between, angels and demons and aliens or whatever. Like this might just be like the modern meme we're applying to a thing that's been, long associated with humanity for a very long time across cultures when it comes to angels and demons. But are there, maybe bad beings that feed off of really bad vibes, like entities and that sort of thing? Like I would say probably. And I think it's very easy for us to epistemologically retrace the past and say these sort of, these angels and demons weren't real to people in the past, and these sightings were, what St. Francis of Assisi saw on Mount Laverne or whatever, that was real, right? Well, like maybe these things were actually real. Like, and in fact, there's actually an amazing author. She's a religious studies professor at UNC Wilmington. Her name is Diana Pasulka, and she started to write a book. It was called American Cosmic, looking into the UFO phenomena, because she saw that a lot of these brothers, nuns, saints, basically people who are members of the Catholic Church, high up in the Catholic Church, who had these paranormal experiences, those experiences looked like what this guy, John Mack, who was head of the Harvard Psychiatry Department studying UFO abductions, it was like a 1-to-1. Like if you replace angel with alien, it was like the same thing. And she's writing this book, and thinks she's going to write this book saying, oh, this is all this like modern cult phenomena psyop thing going on, and halfway into the book you see her start to go down the rabbit hole and realize that this isn't a psyop and this is very real, and a lot of the things she studied in Catholic history are modern phenomena going under being couched under the sort of alien veneer.
Yeah, Diana Pasulka is she wants to believe very badly. So I'm not a huge fan. But she does good work. I mean, who am I to say otherwise? But very interesting. Now, did you hear what he said? It's like, halfway through the book, she's realizing this isn't a psyop, that it's real. Of course it is. We know it is, that psychics were being used in the government for the CIA. We know that. We know all about it. Doesn't mean it was good. They can say it was. They're not gonna. I don't know if they would say it failed horribly if they've been using it for a decade. I guess it worked for a little while. And I believe they're still using it, right? Aren't they still using these things? Nobody's even talking about it anymore. But it's true. Yeah, psychics were... Well, look, in the Cold War and all that, what that was going on over there back in those days, if you could just get the upper hand and have a psychic, because the Russians were using psychics. And I don't know, for some reason, they were working for them. So, we found a way to make it work for us. Remote viewing. There's that movie out there, forget it. Third Phase of Moon did a movie on it. Really good movie. What is it called? Shit, they're going to kill me. I can't remember. A really good movie. I actually played it on the show, I think. Part of it. All of it? I think we had a movie night. It just... Oh, boy. I don't know. I'm looking at something here. Lou Elizondo named in FBI CIFA investigation. Let's take a listen to this. This is from what show is this? Yeah, Lou Elizondo's time with CIFA during the mid-2000s are missing years from his book. And this time period is right before he got brought into OSAP or ATIP. But don't say OSAP. Remember, he said that. Don't ever say OSAP. 28 minutes in, Lou Elizondo. All right, let's hear about. I want to just take a listen to what they're saying here. Yeah. All right, let's take a listen.
2000, what does that say? 6.
No caption. Sorry.
Yeah,
so there's documents of like through all of it being made and all of it not. But then we got Rockefeller on here. We got John Warner, which I'm pretty sure is either our John Warner's like dad or Chris Mellon's uncle or something like that. And then we got Daniel Inouye and Ted Stevens, who would fund up ATIP a few years later. Or actually, yeah, like 2 years, or OSAP 2 years after this. Isn't that interesting that these names are like all here in the mix right now?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't even know what to make of it yet. Then what do we got here?
Perfect Storm says 2005, which is fine.
2005. Okay. All right. So the one document we have, so you know who MZM is, right? And this, you know who CIF is. Let's read the document we have that names a Luis Elizondo as working there. Which, by the way, like I said earlier,
Whoa. What?
So this is the FBI investigation into it all after it closed down. This is where they found it.
This is an investigation specifically into the shell company MZM,
into MZM
and its relation to CIF.
Yes, and Cunningham and all this dirty shit. In emails dated March 30th, 2005, DoD employees discuss a new data acquisition and conversion project for which $12 million is apparently allocated. At approximately 10:41 a.m. on March 30th, CIFA's chief technical scientist, Theodore Wiatrak, asked other DoD CIFA employees via email, "Is our guidance to give all of our money to MZM?" Subsequent emails indicate that Wiatrak promptly received an affirmative response that MZM was to receive all the new money. Right, so already people are like, this is shady that are working there. That same day at approximately 12:26 p.m., Wiatrak objects because we are being directed to pass the money to a single contractor who performed poorly on the last effort. I believe this is wrong and respectfully decline to participate.
Ooh.
In response to his you got something there?
No, that's bold. This is a bold email. This is bold back and forth, dude. Calling it out, yo, like you want.
And this is where our friend comes in.
MZM
What is our friend going to do here, bro? This is where our friend comes in.
This is crazy, dude.
In response to his complaints, Wiatrak was simply informed by a CIFA employee, Luis Elizondo, by email forwarded on March 31st at 7:08 a.m. that CIFA's deputy director, Joseph Hefferon, directed that CIFA stay with MZM, the company that would later bring all this shit down, the shady company. He's the guy telling the guy trying to raise the alarm. He's like, no, this is actually cool. Like this shady shit. I don't know.
What an idiot.
Luis Elizondo. But it's not. CIFA employee Luis Elizondo comes in and says, "Hey, actually, you know what? You're right. I looked at that too, and that does look like a little shady." He's like, "No, bro, don't even ask.
Don't even ask, dude. Don't fucking ask about it."
I'm gonna read
What happened?
a little bit more just so people could see the and that's the only mention of him though. On April 11th, 2005, Amy Dahl, CIFA's chief information officer, also objected to the use of MZM for the new project. We have not been happy with the lack of responsiveness on the part of MZM on the current contract. And the new statement of work includes development tasks, which may extend beyond MZM's expertise.
Wow.
Since this order did not undergo a competition as we had requested and as I had documented, I suggest that either we reconsider the acquisition strategy and openly compete it, or we consider making Nick Bemish or Brian Demura or some other CIF individual the TM. A technical manager. I cannot in good faith have one of my folks serve as TM on an acquisition process we did not support. We're not consulted on. It adds stated during the statement of work working group effort would not be supported by us. So just another high-level person saying that they're not comfortable with this money exchange going on.
You know what's happening. By the way, the comment you have pinned up is from the chat is blocking some of the paperwork or whatever. But
it says, because we are being directed to pass the money to a single contractor who performed poorly on the last effort, I believe this is wrong and respectfully decline to participate. What is wrong with what Wiatrak said? Good for him. I think these guys also agreed. Good. And now I like to see that, somebody being held accountable. And what was Lou saying? In response to say Lou Elizondo by email, Deputy Director, said also, we have not been happy with the lack of responsiveness and pardon. All right. Interesting. I cannot, in good faith, have one of my folks serve as TM, technical manager, on an acquisition process we did not support. Were not consulted on. and had stated during the SOW statement of working group effort would not be supported by us. I guess they're just trying to show us what goes down behind the scenes. I mean, yeah, I've not been happy about these either. Exactly. Thank you for helping. They're all just excuses. And, excuse me, and the reallocated funds, this is something that's been going on since the beginning. Since the Democrats figured out a way. Now, since way back in the early days of the United States, people were doing shady shit in the government. People didn't like the government. And people wanted to rat out the government for doing shady shit. And it goes on to this day. Now, I may call these people treasonous, because they're spilling the beans on illegal reallocation of funds for programs that don't really exist but do. And nobody's telling the people about these top secret programs where their tax money's going to unknowingly. No paper trail. Where does it go? It's just taken. It's reallocated. And you know what? There's so much stuff going on in the government. I mean, so much. Nobody can keep track of everything. And they know how to squander money away, a little here, a little there. Next thing you know, they're millionaires. Dirty. And this isn't all new. This is all learned over the decades from other people in Congress, other dirty people in Congress, other appointed officials that are dirty in Congress, other bought and paid for. You know where I'm going. That's what we have in government. You see, it starts out with a little lie. Right? How much money do we need? 100,000? Let's say this is 1960. 100,000? Whew, I don't know where we can get that money. But I do, sir. We could just take the money from the Red Cross, their reserve funds from FEMA, which I don't even know if it existed back then. But we could do that, sir, and then slowly we could put the money back in, in quarterly reacquisitions and reallocations and 20% on an annual da-da-da-da-da. Nobody would know, sir, and the money would just be going to a good cause. Johnson, God damn it, that's the best thing I've ever heard. How did you learn how to do this? Business, sir. I'm a business major, sir. I learned on Wall Street, sir. Have you ever heard of... Shut up, Johnson. You already told me things I shouldn't know. How would you like a job in the Treasury Department? Sir, I'm already in the Treasury Department stealing funds for you. Johnson, God dang it, I love you already. That's how it goes. Mother's ass. Still got that shoulder injury, and it was bad today. I don't know if I slept on it. It just hurt for no germ reason. All right. There you go. And up in the Ziggurat Lickety Splitticus says, I've not been happy about these explanations. Where's the explanations? Where's the money? I mean, I demand it be transferred to me immediately under the laws of Bapeta Bullshit, Section 5. You know the drill. I know. Oh, speaking of which, I'm sorry I didn't tell you at the beginning of the show. I forgot. Because I'm not all about those monies. But we do need a little support. If you could help support GoofOn, Truthology, For Ufology with the PayPal, Cash App, or, that's preferred. It goes immediately. Or you can do Super Chat, Super Sticker. Become a member. I appreciate it. Everything goes right back into the show. Keeps the show moving. We can do this every single day. Keep us informed. Well, that was quick. How'd you get that in there that quick? Yes, I know the Dems wanted to continue slavery. It's a historical. They're the ones who initiated it. And yeah, that was a while back. It's weird, isn't it, how things just come full circle? Inclusion, my ass. Yes, we included the slaves into this country. Yeah. Lincoln didn't know what he was talking about. He had to go. Sad. What a weird country we live in right now. It is bizarre. I am really glad I have been uh, a witness to it. Hey, thank you very much, man. I appreciate that. Now, if we had like 50, everybody did one, that'd be great. That'd be weird. But thank you, CCC, who also creates the intros and outros. Thank you for that. We'll keep using them until we're bored with them. It's hard. I forgot all about the intro tonight. I forgot that one was still out there. So, hey, thanks for the support all around. Thank you. Chicken Coop, Confidential, Illusion. I also spelled your name wrong in a few of those. Lucien. What the hell was I thinking? I fixed it, I think. But thank you very much. All right, let's get back to work on this. All right, next. It's amazing. Everybody's like, because there's people out there who like, they don't realize what goes in to if you wanted to have full alien UFO disclosure. I think the reason we don't have it is the aliens just either, one, don't participate, two, can't participate because they're all dead, three, there are none, and there are none in captivity or in formaldehyde. I don't know. I really don't know if there are alien bodies. I really don't know. I spent most of my life, thinking that we do have them, but now I'm not so sure. But then we can't bring them out to the public, and then, because China's going to want a close-up look and think, oh, biologics. Wait, biologics. Sorry. Oi, biologics. Oh, and then Russia will come over, however they sound, and they want the biologics technologies that they're wearing. I don't know, but everybody has their own imagination. You can't just whip out alien bodies and say, take a look, because look at what happened with the Moomy Doomies. That's a perfect example. Oh my God. Wait, hold on. Oh my God. Oh my God. I didn't even realize what's happening. Oh my God. Guys, oh my God. We're so stupid. I am. Okay. I think the Moomy Doomies, the Jaime Maussan project that we see, is a test. The whole thing's a test. That's why they look so goofy. They want to see what they can get away with. And this has to happen. They buried them, right? They put diatomaceous earth all over them. They dampened, made it harden all over. They put a little water on them, and then they buried them. And then 10 years later, they let them sit there for a decade. No rush. Decade's nothing. They know the future. They know in 10 years, those things are going to be hardened. They're going to look legit. I'm telling you, this is a test of the emergency disclosure system. And we passed. I think we passed. Nobody believes those things are real. Do you believe those things are real? No, I won't believe they're real. Okay, they exist. I see them. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the actual science that they're talking about, that they are half alien, half whatever, human. I don't know, man. You know what I'm getting at. But until an American scientist takes a look at it and says, this is the real stuff, I just can't buy into it. I think this is a test because it's so ridiculous looking. That's the only thing that makes sense to me, is that it's a test. They want to see if we'll believe something as ridiculous looking as that. And if we do, throwing in a little bit of Mexico science, saying, oh, it's real. You know, the DNA is peculiar. How many times have we heard that? Heard that with Bigfoot. I don't know. A duck. It could be a bear. Nobody knows. But anyway, weird. Just very bizarre. I don't know what else to tell you people. I just don't believe it. Really. What is this? Another $1 here. Arminius times 2. Arminius. That's like aluminium. Thank you for the Uno Buckarooski. Grazie. Every bit counts. And thank you for being a supporter of GoofOn. Appreciate that. Arminius times 2. All right. It's a very strange world we're living in. Oh, wait. Huh. Okay. Now let's get a little bit strange. I love this chick. I'm sad that I think this is the girl that was dead, that went missing. It says, going live to cover gang stalking in ufology and Luis Elizondo's time at the counterintelligence field activity in the mid-2000s. This is a 4-minute clip. Hey, happy 2025. How are you? Thank you for the $5. We round up here, of course. Appreciate that. A continuing supporter. You say, would they still have peanut butter and jelly in 2225? That is a good question. I doubt it. Everything's changed. Yeah. And after this next video, we're going to show you what the future looks like on the streets of New York. Well, thank you, happy 2025. Mucho gusto, generoso. All right, let's play this video. It's a great question. Here we go. I eat peanut butter and jelly. Yeah, when I'm really hungry, it's the worst thing to do, but I love it. Go.
Surveillance is to collect personal intel, as in your personal communications, your personal calendar.
Is that what surveillance is? I thought surveillance was just to observe and report. Surveillance, surveillance. Surveillance is the close, systematic, and continuous observation of a person, group, or location to gather information. All right, I'm wrong. She was right. I'm wrong. We're both right. Influence behavior or to ensure security, often using technology like CCTV and drones. All right, she got it right.
Your personal email, your personal photos, etc., etc., etc. And the only reason to collect that is to use it against you. It's not about the data. They have the data. It's about intimidating.
This letter that my mom got, this letter where somebody is pretending to be an ex-girlfriend of mine from 12 years ago, which required them to look up everywhere I've ever lived, cross-reference it with other people, find out who that person was, and then also find out where my parents are and where my parents live.
With the office in the form of harassment and threatening letters. I even had some guy show up at my house.
Somebody showed up to my mom's house, which was my mailing address that they had gotten from Tom Fessler, who had gotten this illegal copyright strike. And so somebody showed up to this house and was asking a bunch of questions about me and claimed that they were somebody who I'd gone to school with, who I didn't recall.
Someone in the community got a hold of where my daughter was working, looked up friends of hers that she was friends with on Facebook, got their contacted them, and was using a coworker to try to get information about me from my daughter.
He made, comments to the effect of that his life was going to end within a couple of days, right? And then he said that he was going to take down you and Tupa, before that happened. My life is going to end within a couple of days, and then I'm going to take down Tupa and Red first.
Lou did previously work at the counterintelligence field activity, so I don't want to get involved in the drama there, but I do think that is something for people to, and especially a character like Lou, who is surrounded by a lot of controversy.
Yeah.
I do think, and all I'll say is I think more questions need to be asked and documents void about his time at CIFA in the early 2000s, the counterintelligence field activity.
Oh, yeah.
I left the Department of Defense, ironically enough, to finish the very mission they gave me in the first place. I didn't ask for it. I'm not a UFO guy. I'm not a ufologist. I never have been and never will be.
Part of the Office of the Director of National Intelligence is now working to conglomerate all of these databases, and that the counterintelligence field activity, CIFA, of the Department of Defense is working to ensure that the military gains access to all of these.
Showed that the agency spied on don't ask, don't tell protests and anti-war protests at several universities around the country. They also show the government monitored student emails and planted undercover agents on at least one protest.
The documents that they've released have shown that they have spied on student groups.
A defense contractor with ties to Cunningham's troubles has been sold. It's MZM Incorporated, sold yesterday to a private investment firm. The head of MZM, Michael Wade, bought Cunningham's Del Mar home for more than $1.7 million.
A recent raid and ongoing investigation into Representative Randy Duke Cunningham's deals with defense contractors.
Organizers say Cunningham's alleged misconduct with a defense contractor is grounds for immediate resignation.
He's also a longtime friend of Brent Wilkes, the defense contractor who allegedly bribed Cunningham with money and reportedly with prostitutes as well.
I will continue to cooperate with the government's ongoing investigation to the best of my ability.
Do you guys know that this stuff's real, right? Like, people's lives do get in danger. I have been followed. I made video about it. I'm in the middle of making another one called The Spy Couple. And it is amazing what they will do to watch you, because you're recording things in the sky that for some other reason they can't see or figure out how we're capturing some of these things. I'm going to show you real quick, and I will put closed caption on. See if it works. And this is the Spy Guy video. I didn't expect to play this. I may not show the whole thing, but it's interesting. This is one version of a couple of videos I made about this. This was the first one.
All right, the video you're going to watch is me seeing a couple of white dots in the sky. Don't know what they are. And then I'm on the phone with my friend. When I turn around, I see a guy this one's just hovering, with a camera there's another guy videotaping me. Well, taking my picture.
Yeah,
listen.
that looks like Jeff. Oh, and by the way, all these people, excuse me, can we do that? Can you? All these people who make claims that they're being followed, their phones are tapped, their computers hacked, not one ever has any evidence. No photos, no videos. I'm the only one who has any evidence in the entire UFO field that I know of being followed. Not once, but twice. And there's also a police report, somebody trying to break in my home, and two sets of cops came over. The first two cops weren't real. Yeah, I know. It's an interesting story. Yes. It'll all be in my documentary. All right, here we go. Let's finish this up.
That looks like Jeff. So I noticed that this guy's doing what I'm doing. He's videotaping me doing it. I'm going to get him on tape. Now, he seems to like, he's trying to hide his face. So he tries to do it as much as he can. And then this guy definitely knows what he's doing. Now watch there. He is slamming down his tripod thing. Watch. He knows what he's doing. Only an expert would slam down their post like that. He left. He moved behind the building. He didn't want me to see him. But I got him. And he's gone. I'm figuring out what to do. I thought it was Jeff Willis from I'm gonna go over there. Should I go over there? He might be a cop or something. He might be like FBI or whatever. Maybe they're following me and seeing what I'm doing. He may have went to the shade, but I'm going over there. Stay on the phone with me because I'm gonna leave the tape running. And I'll say, hey, do you mind if I hang out here? Funny how you think of things. Now, when I got there, there was a security guard. I think this is the version that has this. All right, so what would you do? Well, the backstory on this is that I did drive over there. I went to where the guy was, and I wanted to ask him if we could share some time together, you know, Skywatch. But earlier in the day, I had taped some really cool stuff on a rooftop of a building. So I'm not sure if I was being watched or somebody saw me with my camera in my hand. They thought maybe I was a terrorist. Who the hell knows, right? But I go over there and there's this rent-a-cop who watches the garages. And I asked him, did you see a guy get in his car? And he goes, yeah, he was taping over those trees. I go, no, he wasn't. He was taping me. He goes, really? And I go, yeah, I tape UFOs. And I think he might have been taping me. When I put my camera on him, he saw me do that and he put his camera away and he went over to his car and he turned his head. He goes, well, when he got in his car, he shot off like a bat out of hell down the road there. And I go, where did he go? Straight, left, or right? He goes, well, he went to the right and I think I heard him squealing his tires around the corner there. Now, I thought my camera was on. So the whole time I'm thinking I'm interviewing this rent-a-cop, but the camera wasn't on at all, which pissed me off. So, all I can tell you is what happened, that I drove over there. Do you know this guy? If anybody does, please email me if he looks familiar. It was. Anyway, that's my little story. And it's true. And the other video is way better. Yeah, anyway. God, they call it gang stalking in ufology now. It sucks. It's real. It's a real thing. And it's been going on since I've been in this field. Yep. Back then, when was that? 2004? Jesus. I barely even got started. That was when I think I was on Jeff Rent's about the triangle sighting I captured just 2 months prior. And ever since then, I don't know, man, some weird stuff. All right, I got so much more to go over. Oh yeah. Now I'm going to show you what 200 years in the future looks like. Let me pull it up. Oh no, where is it? Oh, here it is. I thought I lost that. I hate me. Wow, I have so much stuff to go over. All right. This is actually really funny. I don't know. I like it. All right. So this is what the future is going to look like in 200 years. Maybe 100. Depends. It depends on living. It depends on living. You picked a fine time to leave me loose, Will.
What's a weird habit you picked up living on Earth?
I fake laugh in group chats so no one knows I didn't read it.
Yo, that's crazy.
What's a weird habit you've picked up on Earth?
I rehearse arguments in the shower that never happen.
What's a weird habit you picked up on Earth?
I buy plants I can't take care of just to feel needed.
Look at this, man. This is great. And I like his comeback. Hey, you still got humans walking around, I see. All right.
Damn. Quick question. What's a habit you picked up on Earth?
I go to Costco just to eat the samples and then I leave.
Respect. What's a strange habit you have since being here?
I say that's crazy so people think I'm listening.
Wait, what? What is your weirdest Earth habit?
I collect human feet.
I love that guy, man. That guy's mouth is the best. His mouth is the best. Look at it.
I collect human feet.
Quick question. What's a weird habit you picked up when you came to Earth?
I pretend to be Alexa at strangers' houses.
That's diabolical. Yo, what's a weird Earth habit you have?
I borrow Amazon packages from porches.
Bro, I think that's illegal. What's something?
Did you see his shoes? 2 different colors.
What's something about humans you just can't understand?
Why do they call it taking a dump when they're clearly leaving it?
Bro, what's something about humans you just don't understand?
My ex was human, and he would just sit on the toilet for hours.
That's so real. What's something you find strange about humans?
They smell food they know is expired, confirm it's bad, then make someone else smell it.
That's crazy. Quick question. What's something about humans you can't wrap your head around?
Why do they pee-pee when they poo-poo, but they don't poo-poo when they pee-pee?
Something about humans you just can't understand.
Why do so many of them throw down in the Waffle House?
Bro, for real though. What's something you find strange about humans?
They watch videos of singing toilets called Skibidi repeatedly, bro.
Something about humans you just can't understand.
They invented AI just to make fake girlfriends and Bigfoot videos.
What a waste of time, right?
Craziest thing you've seen a human do?
I was at a restaurant, and when the waiter said, "Enjoy your meal," my human friend said, "You too."
We all do that. Especially at the airport, right? They take your ticket, they rip it, and they say, "Enjoy your flight," and then you'll say, "You too," and like, damn it, you can't stop yourself. It's like, when you're closing the door, but then you realize you're locking your keys in, and you can't grab it fast enough. That's exactly what it's like when you say something so stupid. Now we got a lot of more to go, a lot of more to show. Let's know what's next. All right, here we go. We did the gang stalking. I gotta show you this. Whitley Strieber is just amazing. I'm joking with you. He sucks. No, he's a great guy. Whitley Strieber shares footage of something surrounding his face during an interview. I've sped it up by continually smacking the fast forward button. Whitley says he has shown this footage to 6 or 7 experts, and nobody can figure out what it is. All right, we're going to play this for you. I want you to be the judge. Is Whitley Strieber being surrounded, his face being surrounded by a ghost? In 5, 4, 3, 2, and go.
But they're not there here now. They're beyond here, and I don't live with that barrier anymore either. And you don't know and all of the outer stuff about you. Of course, they keep these secrets
what's
because
going
they're
on?
afraid.
Oh, they're doing that.
And because we live in our
they're doing that, not me.
It is
on this subject
look
matter, and
what
also
it's doing
talking
to his
directly
face.
to out where light.
Oh,
and the
it's
family
Colonel
is in the living
Sanders. They're just turning him into Colonel Sanders. There's nothing bad about this. No, this is pretty, this is amazing.
room, and they're watching these balls of light floating around the room, very playful.
The first one is this. When I was it was back in the 70s, I was in a church. It was my grandmother's funeral. Oh. My grandmother she died at a And
She died of
they come in
syphilis.
and they move so perfectly. They weren't floating at all. They were moving on their own. And I almost shouted. I mean, I assumed everyone in the church saw them. And then moment later, I realized I learned more. It became a journey. It took 6 years to get her to face the fact that she actually was dead. And then when the second she faced, is it coon? Nothing happened, so I went to bed. Then in the middle of the night, bang, bang, someone punches me on the shoulder, and I wake right up, because this is the way the visitors would wake me up at that point all the time. And they're sitting on the foot of the bed. Be real. This guy has not bathed in a long time. And that started one last time.
Okay. I have seen a lot of, you guys have seen this type of digital artifact, but not like this. Yeah, we've seen it happen, quickly, like during a live event, especially during live events, we've seen this stuff. I don't know how that's happening specifically to him. It is really strange how it gave him the beard. Like he was starting to look like Colonel Sanders. It's weird, right? I don't know. You know what I think it is? And all right, for shits and gigs, let's just say it's
then in the middle of the night.
It's the entities that he's accustomed to being around. Well, maybe they're just being funny. They're like, hey, we're going to make him look like this. They cover the eyes. Maybe they have a sense of humor. Pretty wild stuff. I don't know. I don't know how that's happening. And it got worse as the program went on. Like it didn't go anywhere else. That is weird. You have to admit. Weird. You don't have to admit it, but I'll admit it. See, I don't understand why here it was making him look like Colonel Sanders. See? That's awesome. Colonel. Weird. I have no explanation other than it's a digital artifact, and that's that. And if it can't be explained, it doesn't mean it's aliens. What's this? Skywatch? Oh, no. Oh, good. I'm glad we're here finally. Now we're to the good stuff. I'm glad you guys are hanging out tonight. Hey, I appreciate it. Yeah, tomorrow afternoon at 2 o'clock, Rich Saves America will be live. We're giving away 10 memberships over there. First show of the month. I think that's why, right? Yeah. Rose Cuckold. I know. We thought we were done, but I knew we weren't. Rose Cuckold believes there will be catastrophic disclosure. Shocker. Jeremy Corbell's right. First-hand whistleblowers risk everything by going public. Yes, they do. Some already testified in skiffs, gave direct evidence, which resulted in nothing because the evidence is nothing. Didn't think of that, did you? Catastrophic disclosure isn't a maybe. It's an inevitability. The only question is, who forces it? Whistleblowers, journalists, or events themselves? Let's listen to this. This is a very interesting number. It's 3 minutes and 33 seconds. They cut it. Corbell's trying to be all cryptic and split. Check this out. Hello, Megan. I have a question for Rose Cuckold. Jeremy Corbell says first-hand whistleblowers with hands-on experience on NHI craft are unlikely to testify publicly because they have everything to lose and nothing to gain. And officials who've interviewed them have asked, what would motivate them to destroy their lives? Ross, you've said some of these witnesses already spoken to intelligence committees with no action taken, which may be why they're discouraged. If the government isn't going to act, can we expect you and News Nation to push these first-hand witnesses to come forward for exclusive interviews, putting the problem right in their face and forcing the issue forward towards the kind of catastrophic disclosure you've warned about.
Are unlikely to testify publicly, said some of these would affect you in enforcing the issue toward the kind of catastrophic disclosure you've warned about.
I think eventually catastrophic disclosure will happen, whether the government wants it or not, because frankly, the volume of witnesses and whistleblowers who are approaching people.
You need evidence there, wet lip jamoke.
Like myself and Jeremy Corbell and other investigators is becoming really intense. Look, it is the case, and I have said this as well, that first-hand whistleblowers, including David Grush and Jake Barber, have given direct first-person evidence of what they know to the committees in SCIFs. A lot of people don't understand that these public hearings, to some degree, they are a bit of a dog and pony show because they can't allow anything to be revealed which would in any way compromise US national security. I know it frustrates people and they all want everything out there, and frankly, part of me thinks that as well. It'd be just nice to get it out there. But the reality is that if, for example, the US is developing anti-gravitic technology in the black, which I do think is the case, if they are developing weaponry in the black, particle beam technology and other things, as a result of studying this technology, I can understand why. I'm not justifying it. I can understand why they want to keep it secret. And so you don't want witnesses talking about that in a public hearing. My point is that I don't think there is any justification at all for the continued lies being told, not just to the American public, but to the entire world, by not just the American government, but the British government, the French government, the Russian government, and the Chinese governments, which are the governments that I do know are probably well aware of an NHI presence on this planet. And I do think the public has got a right to know that there is some kind of non-human intelligence that's been engaging with this planet, probably for millennia. Now, revealing that would not in and of itself compromise the very sensitive national security, technological, weaponry, adversarial concerns that countries like the US and other countries have. I think it might actually lead to an awareness in the public mind, what I was referring to earlier, that all this nonsense of us all wanting to kill each other, the fact that we're still fighting trench wars in Europe in the 21st century, maybe we might put our differences aside if we learned that we're humans in a universe full of highly advanced intelligences that are looking on with horror, more likely than not, at the fact that we're still clubbing ourselves to death and dropping bombs on shooting each other. I just think that it's ridiculous folly to expect that Congress is ever going to lead the charge to make a full public disclosure.
He's right. I've said it forever. Disclosure's not a government thing. It is the people. And it always has been. It's just we thought we could trust our fellow Americans behind the camera at news stations to tell the story accurately and without, bias, without faking. It's bad out there. Bad world. It's going to be a catastrophic disclosure. Absolutely, unequivocally, yes. Huh? Yes. All right. And coming up, I can't stop the video. How's this possible? I can't. I press pause, but it won't stop. Now, wow, this is bizarre. Whatever had appeared over the base was basically bigger than a football field, a red cube with some weird thing in the center of it. Representative Anna Luna, that's how they have it, describes a giant red UFO witnessed by Boeing contractors at Vandenberg Air Force Base in 2003. An Air Force veteran An Air Force veteran present for this event was just announced as a witness for the upcoming UFO congressional hearing on September 9th at 10 a.m., I believe it's going to be. Here we go.
In our hearing, we were actually notified, and you can pull this up. I think it was one of the witnesses had talked about what had happened at Vandenberg Air Base, where there was this thing that appeared over the base. It actually had multiple blotters reporting on it from phone calls into law enforcement from like hundreds of people. And whatever had appeared over the base was basically bigger than a football field and basically a red cube with some weird thing in the center of it. I actually had our witness draw this out. This guy is sober as a priest. I mean, was a great pilot, and he's talking about all this. And so, you talk about this stuff, it seems like a sci-fi movie, but based on the evidence that we've seen, I don't have any reason to believe that these people are lying. Based on the evidence that I've seen from our own government.
Okay, I have to show you this. She's lying. Too bad. Watch the micro expression. See it? Look at this when she says the word evidence. Ready?
That these people are lying. Based on the evidence that I've seen.
See that? Based on the evidence I've seen? Because that means the evidence sucks. She hates the evidence. It sucks, and she's lying about it right now. And evidence. When you say that word, I've seen a lot of women express that word, accentuate it too much. Evidence. They do that. Evidence.
Are lying. Based on the evidence that I've seen from our own government, I think that there's something there that the American people deserve to have access to. And so this is not just on this topic, but again, in other topics as well, this has been my perspective, is transparency is what builds trust. Other government.
And you notice how fast she's talking? Another key to a liar.
Have revealed certain information on it.
Liar
to
mentality.
Think that we are the only, life form on this planet or in this galaxy, I think is a little bit crazy, given, the fact that I also think God exists and that there's other creations.
She's doing absolutely nothing for ufology. I promise you that. Wow. She doesn't like it. She doesn't like her job. She doesn't like this. No matter what you hear her say, she does not like it. That's just my opinion. That's all. All right, let's get rid of that. Let's get this here. All right, let's put that there. Hey, if you want to help support Truthology for Ufology, all the links are in the show description. Super chat, super sticker, PayPal, Cash App, up, become a member too. All right, what else we got? All right, here we go. So, Knapp, a whistleblower? Say word. George Knapp on, it says here, few alive know more than he does about this subject. He's sat on stories and evidence that have never made it to any podcast, any movie. If Congress wants the truth, they couldn't ask for a better witness than, George Knapp. Really? Really? So now Georgie Porgy Pudding and Pie is finally going to tell us what he's kept hidden all these years? Yeah, I hope he talks about the intellectuals and the invisible college of researchers who have been talking to him for decades. Wouldn't that be great? Yeah, they just have it behind a paywall. That's all. You have to be a billionaire like Robert Bigelow to get access to this stuff, my peeps. George Knapp. Can you believe it? A whistleblower. This is stupid to put him. This has nothing to do with disclosure. This has nothing to do with the truth. This is just a grift. And how many people out there will bet that there's no evidence? He will not bring one piece of evidence. Somebody said the craziest thing I've ever heard about, oh my God, no wonder why. It's Gary P. Nolan, and the P is not for professor, in case you were wondering. This has got to be the cat calling the... No, that's not what I would say. Well, this is somebody sticking up for somebody else. Are they friends? Gary Nolan says there's no way Eric Davis, his character, that guy, he says, it's impossible for him to lie. When I heard Gary Nolan say that, it confirmed everything I knew about him. Everything. Do I say it? Do I dare say it? Check it out, though. How do you say that about anybody? People lie every single day. I mean, I don't. But Eric Davis, I cannot tell a lie. You know that whole story with George Washington's a lie. The reason he had wooden teeth because his father cracked him in the face a few times for chopping the trees down. No, I'm kidding.
You have a document called the Admiral Wilson document?
Yes.
Do you think it's genuine?
Yes.
Wow.
I mean, I know Eric Davis, and Eric is of a kind of character that it's just impossible for him to lie.
Do I need to do this again? Did you see the micro expression? He shakes his head no the whole time he says Eric Davis doesn't lie, and he's shaking his head no. I know some of you out there, I won't name any names, who don't believe in this shit. Micro expressions, they're real. Oh, my head shaking no. They're real. Micro expressions. We all do it.
The significance
it's a human
of that
behavior.
document.
That's why we're paying attention to it. Watch. Watch his head.
Kind of character that it's just impossible for him to lie.
Impossible for him to lie. He shook his head no 5 times. Watch.
Impossible for him to lie.
5.
Character that it's just impossible
1, 2, 3,
for him
4,
to
5.
lie.
5 head shakes, then 2, 3, 4, 5. This is amazing. I love being me.
That it's just impossible for him to lie.
Actually, I don't like being me. I hate everything about it. Actually, I wish we could just put this game to bed. Can we put the Rich Giordano character to sleep once and for all? He doesn't make any impact on society. Nothing happens. He doesn't get rich. He doesn't get famous. I don't even think he gets laid anymore. Is this thing on?
The significance of that document is that the former immediate director of the Defense Intelligence Agency, Admiral Thomas Wilson,
What'd I say, Sam?
allegedly had a conversation with Dr. Eric Davis, a renowned physicist, where he imparted his discovery that there was a secret UFO reverse engineering program going on inside the US government where they were hiding recovered spacecraft.
Mm-hmm.
And it was being hidden in private aerospace, in a private aerospace corporation. The journalist in me, Gary, thinks Americans can't keep secrets. I mean, everything leaks in this country.
And this is an example of it.
Okay, so you take that point.
Yeah.
Ultimately, it did leak.
Ultimately, it leaked. But what was interesting was that how it was found. It was found in Edgar Mitchell's effects after he died. So it wasn't like anybody went out of their way to put it out there. And it had been
Apollo 14 astronaut, Edgar Mitchell. Yeah.
And Eric Davis had written it, and I don't know what the story was as to how Dr. Mitchell got a hold of it, but nobody was looking to actively reveal this. It was the work of journalists who finally got a hold of Edgar's materials, who decided to release it. Why would Eric Davis lie about writing something that he never intended to go public in the first place? He was just doing what an intelligence agent does on a regular basis, which is write reports of what it is that they've been doing.
And Eric, quite conspicuously, has never made any comment one way or the other about the veracity of the document.
Right.
Because it was supposed to be a confidential conversation. He's not going to go out saying, hey, you never guess what I just wrote on a napkin. Hey, you never guess who I just talked to. Come on, idiots. God, is it me or am I listening to two people that have one brain cell to share? This is bizarre, what they're saying. This is really weird. Maybe I'm the idiot and they're genius. How are they even... This is weird. I don't know if you guys are paying attention, but this is weird. God, Gary Nolan is soft.
Well...
He can't, can he?
He can't, but well before this came to light, I already knew of the document. So, because, Eric was part of a group that I was associated with around this.
The implications of that are...
Wait a minute. Wait, did Gary Nolan just say he knew about that before it went public? By accident? He was privy to that? Give me a break. Give me a break. That's what he just said.
Eric was part of a group that I was associated with around this.
The implications of that are mind-blowing,
Right,
Gary.
yeah.
I mean, this conversation, you've told me that you believe on evidence that there is a non-human intelligence of advanced technology on this planet.
Right, advanced capabilities. Now, I don't know whether it's a technology per se, because I'm leaving open the idea that it's some form of consciousness that is non-material. And I know, say to my colleagues out there, I know this all sounds absolutely crazy, but if you've seen the things that I've seen, you would only be able to come to a similar conclusion.
What has he seen? Guys, I'm an expert because I've seen stuff. How dare you ask me what have I seen? I've seen stuff. I've seen things. I'm an expert. That's what he's saying. This guy's so far from an expert in this field, so far from even, it blows me away that he's even having a conversation about UFOs just because he created, and this was all an accident. He didn't create or invent, I should say. He didn't invent that brain-seeking, scanning thing to look for evidence of brain damage from pilots that get close to UFOs. That's not why, is it? Is that why he created it? No, it's not. He created it to look at the brain and see what's injured. They saw a way, or Greer did, right? Greer's the one who got him into ufology, if I remember correctly. Of course, that's Greer's story. I don't know. Gary P. Nolan. God almighty. just, he thinks you can just say whatever and we're going to believe him because it's him, you know? All right. Where are we here? Let's do this. Is this what I think it is? It is. Oh boy. All right. All right, my peeps. It's time for UFO videos. This is a good one, though. Third phase of moon. I'll leave the closed caption on for the peeps out there because all YouTube videos from now on, I will just leave it on because I like it too. When I like closed caption. I'm not, I don't care. I like to read when I'm watching these things too. It's weird. Gives my eyes something to do. All right, here we go. Welcome back, everybody. Whoops. Thanks for hanging out, everybody. Appreciate this tonight. Something new. No.
It's moving pretty quick. Can't be some kind of weather phenomenon because it's just traveling at the same speed, same rate.
I'm already angry. I'm livid. Do you know what this is? Because I think I do.
Welcome back to Third Phase of Moon. You've got Blake and Brent Cousins. We've got the latest UFO videos coming in from around the world. Downey, Idaho. What was just caught in broad daylight? Watch this.
You don't think that had anything to do with that thing, the media shoot the showers? I don't think so, but... Okay guys, we're gonna lose it. It's gonna go right behind the mountains where they're gonna land. And we're gonna see little army guys running around, all green and aliens. And touchdown.
All right, let's get a close-up. Watch this one more time before we get to the next crazy videos just into Third Phase of Moon. But Idaho, what was just captured? You could hear the person that was filming. He thought it could have been some kind of weather phenomenon, but he isn't quite sure. Neither are we. I thought it might be a weather balloon, but look how stable this thing is as it just slowly descends down right behind the mountainside, almost like a living organism, a jellyfish. Yeah, Blake, look at this thing. It's translucent and it's glowing. Could this be maybe some sort of experimental, balloon floating up there? But this one's curious. I really like this, the way it just shines, and you could almost see through this craft if that's what it is. Yeah, no doubt about it. Shoot first, ask questions later, because what was captured in broad daylight, maybe we'll get some answers tomorrow. In this episode, we have an update with regards to a video we put up last night from Canada. But man, these videos are provocative. That's why we're sharing it with you right here at Third Phase of Moon. Now, more videos just in. Watch this. It's quick. All right, somebody saw something falling or descending at a rapid rate of speed from the sky. Let's get a good close-up look right here. Guys, what's your thoughts? Wow, this is, let me get some brightness contrast on this. All right, we're going to revert to the original video, Finland. Again, just a video captured within the past 24 hours. We're sharing it as fast as possible of something descending at a rapid rate of speed. Brent, quickly, your thoughts. Yeah, let's get that close up again. We're seeing something fall from the sky. Could it be a possible drone? Let's take a close look. Maybe a drone that lost power and it just fallen to the earth. Or could it be something else? Some sort of, probe out there, They're doing research and there's reconnaissance. Where are these things coming from? Right, let's get up to date on that Canadian sighting. We shared this last night. Watch this.
My videos, you should see the picture I got on here.
You can enlarge it right there, right?
Oh, yeah.
So, you don't see what it is?
It just looks like a ball. Come see it on my phone. Oh, where to go?
Bathurst, Canada. We wanted to give you an update because in our episode last night, Brent and I both suggested that this could be some kind of tower or maybe something perched up on a mountain. We couldn't quite tell because it was dark and the video really doesn't showcase any indication of a tower or some kind of possible lighthouse. Again, let's just watch the original video and we're going to give everybody an update with regards to a broad daylight photo reference. Watch.
Too bad I don't have my fucking binoculars with me.
Yeah.
I got a strong pair of binoculars.
That's giving off a lot of light.
Yeah. Camera. Is it camera or video? Camera, and then...
I'm gonna zoom in again.
Right, so now we have an update. Just moments ago, we received more evidence with regards to this, and it's not a lighthouse or any kind of marine navigational tower. As you can see, here is the broad daylight comparison to the exact location matched up. And again, no indication of what that object, this UFO is. This is insane how we could get and update the information within 24 hours to basically prove that there's nothing here that could be suspending that light that we're looking at. It's definitely not a lighthouse or a marine navigational tower. Look at this. Yeah, even yesterday's episode, we brought up, wouldn't it be great to see the daytime shot, see if there's any mountain perch or some sort of, lighthouse or something else. But we're clearly seeing that there's something that was suspended on August 28th, 2025, hovering in the night sky, and it bewildered the people.
This one's pretty good, actually. I don't know what this is, but I like this. This is one of the, I don't know, most interesting ones I've seen in a long time. What do you guys think? Could it be a balloon? I guess it could be, but it's not wobbling. Every time I've done balloon tests with oblong balloons, even on the most calm day, the balloons wobble. So, I don't know, man. It's weird. Looks like it's turning, maybe. I don't know. Pretty wild. It's a good one. A lot of people there. Wow, look at that. That's pretty cool. And I noticed something with this object. It seems to it moves
like in this direction, then it'll back up, then it'll move forward, and then it'll back up. Watch.
Yeah, I really appreciated this video coming out of France just due to the length of how long it rolls out. Again, a broad daylight sighting. They're on the coast of France. They notice something off in the distance in the mountains up there. Basically, I don't think it's a blimp. It could be. I want to get your thoughts, but this thing seems too large for that. It almost seems otherworldly, if you ask me.
Yeah, look at that thing move, actually. It has this interesting dynamic of motion. It kind of goes up, down, and kind of a little left to right. And yeah, the length of the video really impresses me too as well. What is this? It looks like your classic flying saucer off in the distance there, just hovering across that mountainside there.
Yeah, I'm getting a pretty good close-up right here. It's good stuff. Now, more videos into third phase. Watch this.
Same one. Oh, okay.
Fort Myers, Mike Powell has been sending us videos over the past week of what he claims is a mothership.
Wait, hold on. Fort Myers, Florida? I'd like to know if you mean Fort Myers, Florida, because that's only 2 hours from me.
That visits Fort Myers there.
Where?
Watch.
Okay, I guess it is Florida. I guess there's only one Fort Myers in the world. My bad.
She's there.
We haven't had very
Oh my
many
God, where the
clear
hell did you
nights.
come from?
It's been cloudy every night for like 2 weeks. Today is like the first day we had sunshine all day.
Late. Look at all lit up nice.
All right, so this has been going on for quite some time, and Michael has been giving us videos over the past month from this exact location of what he is claiming is a mothership that keeps coming back to the same area via this Fort Myers cam that's perched out to look over the fort, and we're seeing something that it's interesting. I like the way he zooms up on
To look over the fort? I don't know.
these series of lights. It looks to be a massive mothership
No,
up there.
that's just the city.
Yeah, he says this happens frequently. I'm wondering, could this be maybe some sort of military exercise? Could they be flares? But look, this thing pretty much remains in the same position. It's not descending. It's just they're locked in the sky. This is interesting stuff. And then you see kind of an array of lights. Could this be, again, the classic mothership just hovering there?
Hovering.
Guys, we want to get your
It's
thoughts on
because
this live premiere
everything's a
right
mothership. Everything's a mothership. Everything's a mothership. Everything's a mothership. I don't understand what a mothership's supposed to look like. I don't get it. That's what he said. This is the classic mothership example. Like, really? Really? I have no idea what a mothership looks like. The mothership, the only mothership that I've now two motherships, I guess, but is the one from Close Encounters of the Third Kind. You know the one. That's a mothership. Just because it's big doesn't make it a mothership. A mothership is a ship that mothers. Capiche? If you just have a big ship, it's just a big ship. But a mothership, that houses everybody. That's why they call it the mothership. It houses all creatures, species, and all technologies and biologics. Now look at this next one. Can you say... All right, stay still for a second. Balloon? I don't know. Maybe it's me, but
kind of looks like a balloon. No?
Utah. Is it a biological? It's definitely.
All right, that's enough. I want to thank everybody for hanging out tonight. Thank you for supporting the show. And the few minutes left, well, always, all the links are in the show description if you want to help support. You know what to do. I want to thank the moderators, super chatters, newcomers, and veterans, making this a wonderful evening. We'll be back tomorrow. That's the plan, at the same time, same station. But don't forget tomorrow afternoon at 2 p.m. That's the goal. You never know. But so far, 2 p.m. tomorrow for Rich Saves America. What are we doing tomorrow, by the way? Oh, yeah. It's a good one tomorrow. I don't know if you guys want to come up. You guys probably don't want to, but it's all right. There's a place called The Villages. And there's a couple of states that have the same city or community called The Villages. And people are being trespassed from the whole community, not the store they were in. And I found out that that's what I was trespassed. I was trespassed from The Villages. Can't do that. You mean I'm trespassed from 53 square miles? It's so unconstitutional. So we're talking about these 3 places where people are getting unlawfully trespassed. So we'll talk about that and the corruption involved. And that's at 2 p.m. Eastern. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out. What else? What do we do when we oh, we got to do that. Oh, yeah, that's true. Let's get rid of this. Hold on. Move. All right. You saw it earlier. Truthology for ufology. We do it for you. All right. And hey, if you ain't looking up, you ain't looking out for ufology. That's the way it is, my peeps.